One last thing. One of these cops, a fire chief called the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers a nigger or something, didn't she? Didn't he or she? I don't know who it was. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to do a separate video on this. The Pro Football Washington County Fire Chief drew criticism for posting a racial slur about Steelers coach Mike Tomlin to Facebook. Well, whoever this person is, they resigned. Mr. Smith, it's a guy. Mr. Smith did this. Mr. Smith is now Mr. No Job Smith. Okay. I guess that's who it is. The media dragged my fire company and township into this, as well as my family, said Paul Smith, the former chief of the Muse Township Volunteer Fire Department in Cecil, in a statement to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Yeah, he was upset because Coach Tomlin, he said that his team wasn't going to come out and salute the flag. Look, man, we've been beating this horse to death, but I got to keep beating it. If you don't want people to talk about race, we need to get rid of racists. I don't want to hear about race. Well, you need to get rid of racists. Help me do that. Well, I don't have time to do that. Well, then you shut up. That's how that works. I understand that a lot of people, they like some of these conservative talking heads. I get that. You like the different point of view. You like your Ben Shapiro. Okay? So I get that. And you think, oh, it's a different point of view. I like my Milo. I like this. I like that. So I'm talking to this friend, and he's saying, well, Tim, the blacks, there's income inequality because, Ben Shapiro says because black folks have babies out of wedlock. That's why there's so much income inequality. And black people didn't have babies out of wedlock, then they'll make about as much as white people. And I'm like, see, here's the thing. People leave out the part they don't want you to know. See, that's the whole thing. Look, wealth in America has nothing to do with how much money you make at a job, dumbass. It just doesn't. Tell Ben, wealth is not about salary on a job. Wealth is your parents owning some land, dumbass. That's wealth. That's what wealth is. That's wealth. It's not your job. That's income. That is income. All right? Different. Nothing is wealth. Look, wealth can't be taken away because somebody didn't like the shirt you wore that day. Understand what I'm saying? Wealth, you have to waste it. You can't waste your job. You see, wealth is something you can pass down. You can't pass down your salary, dummy. See, wealth is the problem. Wealth, that's why we need to change that income inequality. No, wealth inequality. But see, that's too real. That's too real. You see, because then we start getting into real historical problems, okay? Because there's no way that you can tell me that 14% of the population should own less than 2% of the country's wealth. That means that, and unless you believe that black people just don't want nothing and that we just lazy and we just all smoke crack or something, like, you got to believe that in order to make that make sense to you, that 14% of the population own less than 2% of the country's wealth. Okay? So get rid of that. And to my friends, before I go to phone calls, and to my friends who don't believe in the thing called white supremacy because it makes them feel bad, or to my black friends who don't believe in it because they think it's just about division, answer me this. How can you live in a country where all these people live and 92% of everything, all the wealth, is owned by one group? Now, if it wasn't color, say it was location. If 92% of New Yorkers owned everything, everybody be fine. They say, look like the country's run by New Yorkers. And they want to stay in power. They want to run it all. You wouldn't have a disagreement with that. You just be like, all those New Yorkers are always trying to run shit. But since it's race, you all of a sudden logic don't make sense to you. It's like, you don't want to accept it. So what I'm saying is, we don't have to feel bad about it. We don't have to attack each other about it. But damn it, man, some facts are facts, okay? Some facts are facts. Wealth ain't your job, And white supremacy ain't about this person living next to you. It's a system. It's not a person. See, that's the problem. People think racism is just people. It's not. I keep saying it. It's not a drunk white woman in front of Walmart using the N-word. Racism is healthy human services, cutting human services to a demographic that is over proportionally black. That's systemic. Get it? That's, you know, so I don't want to go no further. I just want to make sure people know I'm aware of this stuff, that I'm speaking about this stuff because it's important, and I'm tired of people not knowing what's going on. And I'm tired of getting these stupid emails from people trying to explain to me what Ben Shapiro said, trying to explain to me what Milo Yiannopoulos has said. And if I would just give him a chance, if you just give him a chance, I give him a chance when he starts telling the whole story. How about that? When you tell the whole story, when you talk about that, when you talk about the Great New Deal, what it was for and who it was for and who didn't get it. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's let that be something we add to that, Benny. And then we can have a conversation.